Ever wonder how these stunning animations on websites are built? In this video, I'll walk you through how to get started with GSAP for creating such eye-catching animations, even if you're a complete beginner. And yep, websites like GTA fan pages, portfolio sites, they often rely on tools like this to make things pop. Let's dive in and see how you can make your elements scatter, fade, slide, and most importantly, stand out. So if you've been wondering how those cool animations are created, how these modern, engaging, and visually stunning websites grab your attention so easily, by the end of this video, you'll be able to make your own animations that help your websites not just look good, but truly stand out. Let's begin with the installation. We will be using Next.js. For that, run npm create next app at latest. And hit the default options. We will be using JavaScript throughout the project. After the installation, run npm run dev. And you can visit the local host. Moving ahead, we need to install GSAP in our project. Run npm install GSAP at gsap/react. The source code is in the description. Let's begin with GSAP 2. Firstly, in global CSS file, I have some basic styling. And we won't be changing anything in the layout file. Next, the most important, we have created a components folder, and in this we will create GSAP to JS file. This is the simple design code that we will be animating using GSAP. Then render it in our page file here. And we will be animating this blue square here. Let's begin. Heading back to VS Code, right below this will say use GSAP coming from GSAP React. This is similar to use effect. And within it you can use GSAP to animate the element. Also, do not forget to import it. Next, we have to mention the ID of the element to be animated. Copy the ID and paste it here. Now, let us give some property. Before that, make this a client component, right? Use client on top. We will give x-axis as 250. Repeat as -1. Set yo-yo property as true. Rotation of 360 degree. Duration of 2. And ease property of bounce in. Now it can move back and forth. You can change this as per your needs, like ease, duration. So that's it with GSAP to property. Next is GSAP from. Here in the code, we have already imported our GSAP from component having a layout in it. And do not worry, this code will be provided in the description below. As I have already told, we will not focus on design, but the animating part. We will animate this green box. So let's begin. Firstly, let us import GSAP and use GSAP useState. And do not forget to make it a client component. Now let us write an arrow function. And within it write GSAP from. Now here we have to write the ID of the element that you want to animate. In this case, it's green box. And now we have to give it properties. We'll set x as 250, and you'll see it will move to left side. And rotation of 360. There won't be, as such, any change yet. Then border radius of 100%. And if we reload, it will animate to a circle and come back. We'll give it duration of 2 seconds. So that it will be clear to make out the animation happening. We'll give it repeat of -1. And a yo-yo property as true, to make it into a loop form. You can play with these values as you want. And with this we have completed GSAP from property. Let's begin with GSAP from to. We have imported the from to component, which have the simple layout and a red box which we will animate now. Next, following the same steps, making it client component and importing GSAP here. Similarly like before, using an arrow function to use GSAP from to, and setting the target to animate. For the first part, we'll initialize x as 0, rotation 0, and border radius as 0. Next part, we'll set x as 250, rotation 360, and border radius as 100%. And we'll set ease property of bounce out and repeat of -1. And you can see goes from a square to circle. That's our GSAP from to property. Let's give it a duration of 1 so that we can clearly see the animation. And here we go. You can change the values, and we have completed the GSAP from to property. Now we'll learn GSAP Stagger. We have imported the component having this simple layout, and we'll be animating all these pink boxes. So let's begin. As we have done before, we'll give it basic properties like rotation, border radius yo-yo, and repeat. Also, do not forget to import GSAP on top, and making it client component, and once you save it, you'll see it moving up and down. I think it is moving too fast, so let us also give it duration. Okay. Now we'll use stagger property in this. For that, let us delete duration and instead of it, write stagger of 0.3. And you can see that now it's animating one by one, which looks cool. But you can write it in this way also. Here you can give it extra properties. And that's it with stagger. Let's begin with GSAP text. We will import it on top of all components so that we can see the animation clearly when that page loads. And this is our page layout. For now, we can't see anything as the opacity of the text is set 0. Let us begin to animating it. As usual, making it client component and importing GSAP. Then an arrow function with GSAP hook. Next, we will use GSAP 2 property with ease as power 1 and out. Opacity of 1, Y of 0, with the target as text. Then to animate, we'll use GSAP from to property. And this we will animate the paragraph using the par ID. It will go from opacity as 0 and Y to 20, to ease power and out, opacity, Y, delay of 1 and stagger of 0.1. You can see the animation once we reload the page, and we are done with GSAP text. Moving towards the last animation, that is GSAP scroll trigger. We have the layout ready and imported. We will be animating these two boxes, orange and yellow. Next, we will do all imports and we have to also import scroll trigger separately. Then we have to use GSAP register plugin for scroll trigger and use ref here. Next, import use ref. Now we'll write simple arrow function like before. We're attaching scroll ref here, so we can directly access this element in JavaScript for animations. We use React's ref to link this element to scroll ref, giving us direct access for GSAP animations. Here, we loop through each box and use GSAP to animate it. Now we will give them some basic properties that we have used earlier, like rotation, border radius, scale. Now the important part, scroll trigger. In this will trigger the box, set start as bottom, end as top 20%, scrub as true. And outside the trigger, write ease property. And soon you can see the boxes animate as we scroll up, turning into, and we are done with scroll trigger. And we have covered the most important GSAP properties. If you like the video, do hit the like button, and do not forget to subscribe to Innovative Stack.